how to get your home sold in any market. We have a generous amount of information to share with you in a short period of time, so you may want to view this video more than once.
We want to give you the knowledge you need to get your home sold in the next 28 days. We've done it time and time again, and now it's your turn.
We believe there's never been a bad real estate market. If we were to define a truly bad real estate market, it might look something like this. You can't sell any property at any price, you can't get any financing under any circumstances, and buyers, even investors, can't and won't buy no matter what. Now that would be a bad market. Even in the absolute worst of times, there is someone who needs to sell and someone in a position to buy.
It's important to understand there are only 3 factors in getting a home sold in any market. And I don't mean location, location, location. The 3 factors are the market, positioning, and the agent you choose. Understanding these 3 things will make you one of the sellers who makes a move while everyone else has a for sale sign rusting in the ground.
There are 3 markets that will determine how you sell your home. Number 1 is a neutral market. Number 2 is a seller's market. And number 3, a buyer's market. Now let's quickly define all 3. Number 1, a neutral market. A neutral market is where conditions favor neither buyer nor seller.
It may seem to be flat in the sense that there's a balance of buyers and sellers to keep a steady, sometimes slower pace of sales. Home values will not vary much, and most likely will only be affected by inflation and interest rates.
Number 2, a seller's market. Now in a seller's market, you can sell pretty much any home in any condition with any compensation at seemingly any price.
In fact, research shows that homes sell within 98 to 103% of the asking price. Homes just seem to fly off the shelves, financing is plentiful, buyers are plentiful, and the market just seems very easy. Even for sale by owner properties manage to sell about 17% of the time. In a normal market, it's only 5 to 8% of the time.
Price may not even be that important to a buyer with so few choices. A buyer might even pay more for a house that they really love. That leaves us with a buyer's market.
Often the buyer's market is labeled a bad market. That's when it seems like nothing is selling, and sellers that sell have to give their homes away.
The truth is that a buyer's market is simply a market where there are a multitude of homes for sale and fewer buyers in the market to purchase them.
A buyer's market presents a large problem for owners when 2 conditions exist. Number 1, they bought or refinanced with very little equity at the height of the seller's market. And number 2, they absolutely must sell in a short period of time. Time cures all overpayment mistakes in real estate. In a buyer's market, the sellers who must sell now will suffer the most.
So how do we get a home sold in any market?
Working with an agent for good positioning is a critical process. Knowing where you rank against your competition is vital. There are 3 factors that will determine your position in the market.
Number 1, the best compensation to the agents who will show your home. Number 2, the home that is in the best condition of any other home on the market. And number 3, being the best price home the buyers saw that day.
All of these are especially vital in a buyer's market. What happened yesterday doesn't really matter. What the home across the street sold for 90 days ago doesn't make any difference. What your home is worth to a buyer looking to buy right now today and how you're positioned against the other homes they might consider is all that matters.
To get a home sold in any market, you must know what marketing and exposure tactics are most effective.
A common myth is that if the home is in the MLS, the multiple listing service, all the agents will know about it and they'll all want to show it.
In a buyer's market, only 7 to 18% of the homes in the multiple listing service are selling in any given month. And in a seller's market, the home may sell before it ever makes it to the MLS.
Another myth is that if your home is on the internet, all the buyers will know about it and you won't need any other marketing.
The truth is, if there were one guaranteed way to get your home sold, then everyone would do it and every home would be sold.
What matters most when wanting to be the next home that sells is the overall exposure and energy put into positioning your home against the competition. If your home is just another home in a database and only 18% are selling, you're in trouble.
A powerful agent who knows how to position your home is key. In fact, when a market begins to change from a buyer's market to a seller's market, or vice versa, a superior agent will change the tactics they use to bring new exposure to your property.
Just putting a sign in the yard, an ad in the paper, and putting your home on the internet will not be enough. This is where the expertise of a top agent comes into play. Sometimes different kinds of marketing, exposure, mailings, direct mail pieces, or even word of mouth can make the difference in getting your home sold.
Often, exposure comes down to an agent choosing which houses they're going to show to the buyer. So it is critical that you appeal to the agent first.
And when a buyer does find your home, it must be the best one they choose to see based on price and condition. In a buyer's market, there could be as many as 25 to 30 homes available for every one that will sell. So price, condition, and agent compensation all carry a lot of weight in the chance of your home selling. In a seller's market, just about any condition will do. If a buyer has to carpet or paint or maybe even put on a new roof, it doesn't matter as much. They just want to make sure they get your home before someone else does.
In a neutral market, a buyer may expect a seller to help with even minor concessions.
A buyer's market is a wholesale market. Homes that are pristine may sell for 20 to 35% below market value, and homes that need work could sell between 35 and 55% below where they were in the most recent market.
Your decor may be beautiful, but if it's 25 years old and the buyer has to remodel anyway, they will want to discount your price, maybe even as low as a foreclosure sale.
Remember with condition to have someone advise you on the value updates will bring. The compensation a seller offers to the real estate community tells us several things. It tells a buyer's agent that a seller is motivated. It motivates the agent to work with you. It can make all the difference in securing a better price and terms for your home. Higher compensation translates as an easier and more motivated seller to work with, possibly better terms for the buyer and additional income for the agent.
As the seller's agent, the compensation pays for the expanded marketing and exposure to get your home on the front line.
One of the hardest areas to navigate on your own, pricing your home to sell in any market.
In a seller's market, price doesn't matter as much because of the scarcity factor. If a buyer wants a particular neighborhood and there's only 2 or 3 homes in that neighborhood, they won't be as picky on the price. In a buyer's market, when there's 25 homes on the market for every 1 buyer, everything changes.
Suddenly, you may have the opportunity to buy a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath home from a motivated seller with major updates for the same price as you could have bought a 3-bedroom home in the past.
Or you can buy the 3-bedroom at a much lower price than in the previous market. Either way, you'll get more house for less money.
Imagine you are a buyer and there are 25 homes to choose from. You will look for the 3 to 5 that offer the most home for the lowest price. You will look at those first, and if for some reason none of them suits your needs, you'll just go on to the next group of 3 to 5. A buyer's market can feel like a direct attack on all you've saved and the equity you've built over a lifetime of owning your home.
It's hard to imagine that your home is suddenly worth $50,000 less than it was 6 months ago, or that it's worth the same as it might have been 5 to 7 years ago, especially after putting in thousands of dollars for updating and upgrades.
We all have common thoughts when it comes to real estate. Real estate never goes down. A home is my safest investment. And I'm going to sell my home someday and retire on the profit.
Believe me, a really painful buyer's market is not what anyone wants, especially the real estate industry. But if you need to sell your home now, then it's time to deal with absolute reality.
You have to take your emotions out of the process and price your home to get the job done.
You must price at or below the indicated market value. A buyer expects the central air to work and the roof not to leak. It doesn't matter if it's 15 years old or 1 year old, they still want everything to be working. And if you are not the most home for the lowest price, you simply will not sell.
A buyer's mindset in a seller's market is just find a home and buy it before someone else does.
In a buyer's market, truly low prices are not necessarily that great for a majority of the buyers either. You see, they don't know if the market has bottomed out yet. While they buy, it might go lower. Or they don't know when the market, if ever, will go back up. It's an apprehensive time for everyone.
If you do not want to price at a ridiculously low, rock-bottom, realistic number, then maybe your best bet is to stay in the home, or better yet, keep it as an investment property and go ahead and buy now. Any way you go, if you really need to sell, dealing with the absolute reality of your current market is the only real choice that you'll have.
In any market, it's important to price your home ahead of the market. If the market's on the way up, price your home just above the last property that's sold. If the market's on the way down, price your home just below the last home that's sold and ahead of any of your competition.
As a seller, you need to be priced right against your competition. Remember, it's a war out there, and 25 other sellers want your buyer.
You need to be in the top 5 of the homes on the market in your area, based on your size, your features, your benefits, and your price. Don't forget, you need to be competitive on the compensation to show agents that you are serious about selling.
We know that the real estate agent you choose can be the difference between selling and staying. You need an agent who will be brutally honest with you about the condition of your home, the price you need to set on your home, and the commission it's going to take to get the job done.
Keep in mind, all of this information is to educate you as to the processes involved in selling your home. A professional real estate agent is there to walk you through every step of the way.
You can sell your home in 28 days while all the homes around you go unsold.
Just follow what we have shared, hire the right agent, and
Start packing.